Joins us this morning. And Matt, to your credit, you were the first person that I heard talking about this possibility that players might choose not to play for these reasons. And I'll come to you in a moment, but Stephen A. is ready to go this morning as well. And so, Steve, I will start with you. When we hear what Avery Bradley is saying and we've heard what Kyrie Irving is saying, what is your reaction?
Well, listen, I've been on the record. I've been vehemently opposed to what Kyrie Irving has suggested. I'm certainly not questioning whether his heart is in the right place or not. I certainly understand that both him and Dwight Howard, they're good brothers. But the reality is that I don't think that this is the wisest move or position to take. Matter of fact, I'm going to be emphatic about the fact that it's counterproductive. First of all, as black athletes, a lot of them who are well paid, there was nobody stopping you from engaging in activism. Certainly, Kyrie Irving hasn't been prohibited from doing that. A multitude of NBA players haven't done that. Adam Silver, as the commissioner of the National Basketball Association, has been incredibly supportive of the players in their efforts throughout the years. And obviously, just because you're going to be playing basketball doesn't mean that you don't have to engage in activism as of right now. But the reason why I get to the point of counterproductivity more so than anything else is because understand that if you don't play these games, that force majeure provision can kick in. As a result, the CBA can be ripped up. Obviously, that you have to renegotiate another CBA because of the accrued losses that the NBA owners will swear that they've had, along with the projected losses that they'll take into account in terms of advertising revenue and beyond from sponsors and what have you, how those dollars are going to be curbed significantly. As a result, the money that you were anticipating making will not be there, and you'll have to renegotiate a whole new deal. And make no mistake about it, if they have to go that far, the owners are going to push for a hard salary cap a la the National Football League. I am telling you what I know. I am telling you what I have been told. It is exactly what they will go for in the event that these guys don't play and ultimately that CBA provision, CBA talks are rekindled. That's counterproductive. I have not seen a movement involving black folks and black empowerment in my lifetime or before that. I have not heard of it that it did not involve economic empowerment. To me, this goes in the opposite direction. If you've compromised your bottom line and you've compromised the bottom line of those that you are looking for assistance from, then ultimately you compromise what the bottom line is as it pertains to addressing some of these issues that need to be addressed. That is my issue with Kyrie Irving and Dwight Howard and the position that Avery Bradley added to that mix. That's my issue with what they're essentially supporting to some degree. That's all.
Matt, what do you think?
Obviously, I respect everyone's opinion and their feelings toward this. Obviously, they're the players in the moment. And if players had a problem with the safety or concerns of COVID, I don't even think we'd be having a conversation because there's no way we can tell someone how they should feel when it comes to a pandemic. But if it regards particularly to the Black Lives Matter movement and what's going on in our country, I think the players have to understand the moment. You know, the black voice is stronger than it's ever been, and the black athlete's voice is as strong as it'll ever be. So I think we have to be able to seize the moment. And I'm not against players sitting out, but I'm against players sitting out without a plan. You know, to me, that now's the time. And, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be able to talk to some guys that are making some decisions within this process, understanding that this is the time you go with demands. You go with these demands that are, you know, for the community, to the owners, to Adam Silver, and lay out a bunch of guidelines. Like, this is what we want. This is a checklist of what we want before we step back on the court. And if these measures aren't met, then we're sitting out. But just to sit out without a plan is counterproductive, like Stephen A. said, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime situation. If we think back about it, when did the world shut down? When the NBA stopped playing, you know? So I think everyone is looking to the NBA to kind of set the tone again. And I think this would be a tremendous mistake if players don't play and then pass this on to football or baseball, because although those guys have players that feel like we feel, they don't really have the platforms and the voices that we do. So I think it's a tremendous mistake to allow this to go to another league to kind of set the tone and possibly change history in sports.
Hey, Greeny, allow me to piggyback off of what Matt just said. I am not in any way talking about the pandemic. Anybody that wants to stay home because of the pandemic, it's totally understandable. That's not an issue here. Hell, I might stay home, Greeny. You understand? I mean, listen, the pandemic is no joke. We understand that. Okay, that's a given. What I'm talking about is the black activism element. Excuse me, who told you that you can't engage in activism and can't engage with a plan and forward thinking and also play? And then also let's take this into consideration. Let's be specific to address Matt's point about exactly what it is that you want. The commissioner, the owners, obviously they have a level of cachet. They happen to be white individuals, I might add, all with the exception of Michael Jordan, of course, okay? You've got relationships with corporate America, sponsors and advertisers that contribute to the NBA brand. Let's dissect who's doing what for the black community, how much they've done, have they come up short? What is it that they can do in order to progress and move us forward? We're talking about things that they can do while still playing. But you have to understand that if you're telling somebody, look, you're racist, you ain't worth a damn, you ain't done anything for us, we can't stand you, we want nothing to do with you, we want our own, while at the same time asking them for their assistance in what your goal is, that might be counterproductive. You can make demands, but you have to articulate what those demands are, why specifically they are being made, and more importantly, what kind of profound positive impact we believe it's going to have with our community. That is a plan. That is what I believe Matt is talking about, and that is what I'm in full support of.